Today we're at one of LA County's wildlife sanctuaries. It's called Gerhardy, and we've been really excited about starting and being part of this Team Up to Clean Up project. And today we're going to be picking up trash that's been here for quite some time. Hopefully in the future there won't be new dumpings, and we're planning on closing some of the roads to prohibit access to these areas, but I'm really looking forward to it for the plants and the animals that call this place their home.
The illegal dumping tips the scale in the wrong direction for the desert. The desert's adapted to survive with minimal water, the heat, the rain, the snow, but we bring in these pollutants. They're not adapted to, filtering their water so that, it doesn't have motor oil in it or what have you. So, we see patches of illegal dumping, and then left behind, all too often, barren land and dead plants.
It makes the desert look bad. I think that a lot of people don't appreciate the desert, and it is a habitat to be respected. We have plants and animals here that go months without water, and they strive. Desert strong is what I like to say. And I think by cleaning it up, we'll be setting a good example for the young people who live here. The kids who live here, they need to know that this is just as beautiful as the rainforest or any other habitat.
When people drive by and they see nothing but piles of trash, it looks like a dump to people, and they lose the concept of the real beauty. It's like Los Angeles. When you go down to the city and there's trash all along the gutters and everything, you have a different view of that community than you would if you have an area that is all nice and kept clean and trimmed. And the same way with the desert. When people drive through and they just see trash laying everywhere, they have an idea that it's more of a worthless area, and it's not a worthless area. Those areas in the city that can be kept clean are beautiful parts of the city that we can treasure. The same way with the desert. The desert has its spectacular beauty, but if you're looking at a beautiful wildflower and it's surrounded by old tin cans and milk cartons, it takes away from that real value that it really has.
Today is a really exciting day, and it took a lot of people to get to this point. People from behind the scenes, getting all the paperwork processed, all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, and all the people that are out here today actually picking up the trash and in the sun and getting it done so that everyone in this community and in all of LA County can enjoy these sanctuaries. And they are something that should be enjoyed, not something that should be trashed, which is what had happened. People had used it as a dumping ground. So we're going to try and get it back to how it should be. Bring back the wild animals and the nature and everyone can appreciate the blue skies when they're out walking around and looking at the flowers. We get some of the most fabulous wildflowers out here in the spring. All it takes is a really good rain, and it's just a carpet of color that you can't recreate no matter how hard you try. There's nothing like the nature that will happen out here if it's given a chance, and we're going to give it a chance today through this grant and our cleanup efforts. These are our new signs, and they're going to be posted on the perimeters of the sanctuaries, and it's to create public awareness and to help law enforcement, LA County sheriffs, to be able to cite people when they dump on the sanctuaries.
My main goal is to convey and express my passion for the desert. It's beautiful. Many people see, what looks like a dead plant, even though it's drought deciduous. It's dropped its leaves to conserve water during the heat of summer, but it'll pop back given a little rain, and a little bit of rain, and we'll see all kinds of life. And the fact that it can survive, like the creosote bushes, they can survive without water at all for 5 years. We've got creosote plants that have been growing since the last ice age. And, it's just phenomenal, amazing stuff. And, if it's there in your backyard, you want to geek out a bit and learn about it and, see how it develops and survives. And we've got Joshua trees that are hundreds of years old. And, it's just remarkable.